In the glittering oasis of the Gulf, the name Al Maktoum is synonymous with unimaginable wealth. Beneath Dubai's skyline of shining skyscrapers and dancing fountains lies a secret empire of fortune. The question is simple: just how rich is Dubai's royal family? Media reports value Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's personal fortune at around $18 billion. But even that colossal figure barely scratches the surface of the truth. Imagine a family whose assets rival the GDP of small countries, and they achieve this not by oil wells, but by vision, turning desert sands into world-famous projects like the Palm Islands and the Burj Khalifa, funded by their own money. Tonight, we pull back the curtain and step into their world of extravagance. From palaces and land empires through exotic car collections, super yachts, private jets, to stacks of gold and far-reaching investments, every detail reveals a tapestry of excess built on solid facts. This is the story of the Al Maktoum dynasty's wealth, told factually, dramatically, and without compromise. Palaces and real estate. At the heart of the story stands Zabeel Palace, the crown jewel of the emirate. Located in the center of Dubai, this white marble and gold fortress spans roughly 15 hectares, more than one Vatican City, and contains about 150 rooms, vast banquet halls, private theaters, and dozens of luxury suites. Journalists note it even has its own horse racing track, private zoo, indoor swimming pool, and a fleet of vintage cars kept at the ruler's disposal. It's said that every night, dozens of guards and aides take their posts in these halls to watch over his domain. Zabeel isn't just a home, it's Dubai's power center. State dinners and summits are held under its dome. One caption bluntly describes Zabeel as owned by Dubai's ruler Sheikh, having net worth of $18 billion, emphasizing that this is no ordinary palace, but the nerve center of one of the world's richest clans. Its crystal chandeliers glitter above floors polished like mirrors. The carpets were reportedly hand-woven over years. Even the gates are guarded by a parade of luxury cars. Guard cars, not diplomats. But Zabeel is only the beginning. The Al Maktoums have turned land into personal empire. Investigations revealed Sheikh Mohammed quietly amassed over 40,000 hectares of British real estate, larger than the personal holdings of the UK's Queen. These assets include Surrey estates with 10-bedroom manors and Olympic-sized pools, Belgravia townhouses overlooking Hyde Park, and vast training ranches in Newmarket. In one buying spree, he spent about $95 million on a Surrey estate, $16.5 million on a country mansion, and $22 million on a London townhouse. Much of it is owned through anonymous offshore companies, but the records speak volumes. Closer to home, the acquisitions kept coming. Beyond Zabeel, the family owns mansions in gated suburbs and beachfront villas on the Palm Jumeirah. Reports even say they own small private islands off the coast. One waterfront palace reportedly includes its own boat dock and helipad. In fact, if you own a villa on Palm and your next-door neighbor suddenly is a sheikh, that sheikh is probably Sheikh Mohammed himself. They literally made new land for themselves, carving out the Palm and other islands to expand their domain. Car collections. Next, let's peek inside the garages, where horsepower measures their pride. Even at Zabeel, there's a special car showroom. Journalists report a fleet of vintage cars is kept in glass cases. Classic Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, and more, polished under spotlights. But the real passion lives on the streets of Dubai. The Al Maktoum family owns hundreds of luxury vehicles. Imagine a personal collection more diverse than any Fortune 500 list. The biggest collector is Crown Prince Hamdan Fassa. He personally owns well over 500 cars. His garage reads like a catalog of automotive dreams, ultra-rare hypercars you'd think exist only in video games. Among his fleet are the likes of the Koenigsegg CCEX, Ferrari Enzo, Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, and the modern holy trinity of hybrids, Ferrari LaFerrari, McLaren P1, Porsche 918. Each one is a moving sculpture, custom-built and extremely limited worldwide. Sheikh Mohammed's own taste for speed is equally legendary. On the streets, he's been spotted behind the wheel of a black Lamborghini or a luxury Mercedes, sometimes driving himself in casual attire. On official occasions, he arrives in a motorcade of custom armored limousines, polished gold-trimmed Rolls-Royces and Mercedes, festooned with royal insignia. Every summit or gala is a parade of exotics. By the time the cameras flash, a convoy of Ferraris and Lamborghinis rolls in, engine rumbling like an encore. To them, cars are not just transport, they are moving status symbols. Locals joke that seeing just one Dubai license plate means a fortune just drove by. Super yachts. By sea, their crown jewel is a single name, the Super Yacht Dubai. This is not a boat, but a floating city. At 162 meters long, Dubai briefly held the title of the largest private yacht in the world after its 2006 launch. It reportedly cost around $400 million to build, and every one of those dollars is on display. With 8 decks, it's stacked like a skyscraper on the waves. Step inside Dubai, and you'll find a 21-meter-wide glass atrium rising through the middle, flooding its halls with light. On board is a 10-meter infinity pool with a view of the horizon, a 50-seat cinema, a squash court, and even a lobster tank. For thrill seekers, there's a mini submarine garaged at the rear, ready to deploy for underwater tours. Decks are lined with sun loungers, jacuzzis, and water sports gear. Jet skis, sea-doos, and more, so the family can challenge the waves as quickly as they change yachts. Dubai can host 115 guests, served by a crew of 88. It's a floating palace. The dining hall seats 100 under a crystal chandelier. The salon converts to a nightclub or concert venue with ease. When celebrities, sheikhs, and politicians gather aboard, it's as lavish as any royal gala. The world has caught glimpses of Dubai in action. Once docked under fireworks in Monaco or Miami, it made global news as a symbol of Middle Eastern opulence. Private jets. In the air, the family's power soars just as high. Sheikh Mohammed essentially runs his own royal airline, Dubai Emiri Flight. Among its fleet are at least 2 specially outfitted Boeing 747s, converted into flying palaces. These jumbo jets, call signs A6HRM and A6MMM, are fitted with bedrooms, dining rooms, conference suites, and more. Imagine a leader who can dine in Paris and sleep in Tokyo, all on one single flight. That's their world. It means no distance is an obstacle. When Sheikh Mohammed travels, he travels in style. Custom gold-trimmed cabins, private offices, and even bulletproof glass. One aide once noted how silent and smooth these flights are. It's like sleeping in a 5-star suite at 40,000 feet. If the ruler of Dubai decides to speak at an international forum, dozens of officials and aides will board a Boeing at home, and by morning he's there in person. It's routine for them to spend the day at a summit in one capital and lunch with business partners in another. Their air travel budget defies belief. Each 747 can burn tens of thousands of dollars of fuel per flight hour. Yet for the richest in the world, cost is no concern. Time and security are the true currency. Basically, the Al Maktoum family owns the skies as completely as they own the desert. Every takeoff they make is a demonstration. The world is that much smaller for them. Investments and power. In the end, Sheikh Mohammed's wealth is bound up with the power of Dubai itself. He is often called one of the world's foremost real estate developers. And indeed, most of his income flows from land, construction, and state projects. In practice, the line between his private wallet and Dubai's treasury is blurred. Vast plots of Dubai are managed by entities he controls, making them effectively his estate. Under his vision, the city sprouted global ventures. He helped launch Emirates Airline, now a major global carrier, and backed DP World, Global Ports, and the Jumeirah Hotel brand. Many of these were folded into Dubai Holding, the royal investment conglomerate, where he remains majority shareholder. Through these channels, his family has stakes in everything from media to technology. The Forbes footnote even credits him with a majority of Dubai Holding. He poured personal passions into national projects. A passion for horses became the Godolphin Racing Stable and Darley Breeding Farms, making Dubai a horse racing power. He even built Meydan Racecourse, hundreds of millions invested, to host the Dubai World Cup, the richest horse race on earth, a stage that flashes their name worldwide. In technology and industry, he created free zones and innovation funds. To investors, having Sheikh Mohammed's backing, even quietly, is a huge deal. This fortune comes with absolute political control. He is vice president and prime minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, positions that make his decrees effectively law. When he wants a sector to boom, it booms. Visa rules, trade laws, urban plans, all can change at his word. In autocracy, the ruler's personal wealth and the nation's budget blur. It means one man's vision and bank account shapes a country, but it's not all self-serving. Sheikh Mohammed also channels wealth into charity and development. For example, in 2021, he launched a 100 million meals campaign to feed families in 20 countries during Ramadan. He has pledged billions to education, healthcare, and humanitarian relief via his foundation. In interviews, he often says the point of Dubai is to help others. These campaigns use the family's wealth as soft power, even if the public only sees the philanthropy. So how rich are they? Official net worth estimates is $18 billion. Miss the point, their true treasure is influence. It's in every skyscraper and road they built. It's in the global brands they created. The question, how rich are they, might better be answered by looking at Dubai itself, an emirate they turned from fishing port to global hub. Their wealth is in plain sight. In cinematic terms, the Dubai royals are the producers of a blockbuster called Dubai, and they funded the entire production. Their wealth is measured not in bank balances alone, but in buildings that touch the sky, in fleets that sail and fly the world, and in projects that reshape economies. If you ask them, they might say, "Our treasure is our people's future." But for us, it's clear. Their legacy is written in glass and gold. So just how rich is the Dubai royal family? The answer, beyond measure. Their fortune lives in the empire of Dubai itself, continuing to grow every day. For more luxury content, like, subscribe, and don't forget the bell.